Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're going to be starting our creative tutorial series where I go over a specific device, its settings, and what you can do with it. So let's jump right into the video. As always, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell because I'm going to be uploading daily from now. And check out my Fortnite montage that I made. I just uploaded it yesterday, so you can check that out. Link in the description. So, yeah, and I'll meet you guys in the video. Peace. Alright guys, here we are in creative. Yeah, let's go over the score manager settings. So, yeah, I've just went ahead and done all the settings I need to do for the video, and I'm going to be showing you guys everything. So, score value. So what this means is, do you want to award these many points, decrease these many points, whatever. So yeah, just as the score value. Score award type, add. What this means is, do you want to add it, subtract it, set the score to it, or just none? So yeah, activating team. So what this means is, do you want a specific team only to be able to activate this device? So yeah, activate when receiving from. What this means is if you set a trigger down, like I did, and set it to transmit on channel 1 when triggered, then it will, then when you pickaxe it, you have to set a specific setting, by the way. Right here, triggered by damage, you want to turn that on, and set receive damage while invisible, yes. So, yeah, and then when you pickaxe it, it will trigger it to channel 1, and you get the score. The player will get the score. So yeah, those are the basic options. Let's go over the all options. Score value, I already went over that. Score award type, I already went over that. Activating team, we went over that. Times can trigger. So what this means is the number of times the device or the score manager in our case can trigger before it cannot trigger anymore and it will be disabled. So yeah, that's just what it means. Increment score on awarding. You want to have to start. Yes, obviously, but yeah. So what this means is do you want the device to show the score change for the player on the leaderboard? So yeah, score change when activated. So what this means is, what score change do you want it to be, or do you want it to do when activated? So yeah, if you have that turned on, I don't think it won't do anything, but yeah. Minimum score, the most or the least score that a player in your map can get. Maximum score, the maximum score that a player in your map can get. Enable during phase all. What this means is, what phase can it only be like enabled? For example, it's on all. You can set it to pregame lobby, and it will only be active in the pregame lobby. Gameplay only, which means that it will only be active in gameplay, and all just means all of them. Visible in game. What this means is, do you want it invisible or visible? Yes, if you want it visible. No, if you want it invisible. Transmit on score. When the device or the score manager like gives a player 999 score, it will, then you can set it to a specific channel for this setting, and then it will transmit it. So yeah, here we are. We're at the channels now. Channels only. The last part before I show you what this does in game. Activate when receiving from. I told you that already. Enable when receiving from. So I just set down a trigger right here. I need another one real quick. So if you pickaxe this in game, then it will enable it. Disable. So I'm gonna set this to channel 3. Now, when I pickaxe this, then it will disable the device. So that's the disable when receiving from. reset when receiving from means if you have the timed can trigger set to 1 or how many times you want it to be limited to activate, then you want the setting. If you just have that to infinite, this really doesn't mean anything to you. Increment when receiving from. So if you have the increment the setting, the increment setting, which is increment score on awarding. If you have that on, this doesn't mean anything to you, but if you have it off, then this is it. So increment when receiving from. So if you have it set to a specific channel, which I don't, then it will increment it if you have that off. Decrement. So what this means is it means that you want to like take off the change when a channel is set. So yeah, set to player score when receiving from. So what this means is it sets the score device to the score of the player that sent the message. So what this means is the player that sent the message or just triggered it, it will set the score to that score. So yeah, all the players will have that score. So yeah, on max triggers transmit on. So when it like gets max triggers or like times can trigger, if I set that to 1 and set this to a specific channel, then it will transmit it on that because like it's disabled, it can't trigger anymore. So yeah, on score output, the setting that I told you about, which is the score change when activated, this is that setting. So yeah, that's it for all the settings, and I'm gonna start the game to show you guys what it does. Mandalorian, Bravo Rockin'. And so if I set it to 1, it will give me a score. If I set it to 2, if I set it to 3, then it will disable it. And when I set it to 2 again, it will get enabled. And 1. If I set it to 3, which is the disable, and I hit 1, it won't get activated. So, yeah. So yeah, now I'm gonna be telling you like stuff that you can do with the score manager. For example, like you can create a round end mechanism even though you have a specific device that you can do with it that I will be going over on one of my videos. But yeah, another thing by the way to mention, if you guys would like a tutorial on a specific device, then make sure to comment below and I will make sure to do a tutorial on every single device in creative by the end of the series. So yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of creative tutorials. So yeah. And I'm gonna be also doing like creative tutorials on maps, for example, 1v1 maps, death runs, whatever. So yeah, it's just your guys' wish, and let's jump into what you can do with the score manager. Alright guys, so here we are back in the pregame, and I'm gonna be showing you guys what you can actually do. So if you want a round end mechanism, then you're gonna need a trigger, a class selector, which is this specific device, and you're gonna need a timed objective. Now you can use this for your 1v1 map when you run out of resets, then no, it's a useful thing to have this, but you can also use this, the round settings, to just set that, but yeah. And we are also gonna need a timed objective. That's a hollow screen. And we found it. Alright, so these are the 4 devices that you're gonna need. And you're also gonna need this, obviously, the score manager. So we're gonna set down a trigger, a class selector, a timed objective. You're actually gonna need 2 triggers. So yeah. Just set these all to no channel, and we're gonna get started. So yeah, you can, let's delete these bad boys because we don't want them in here. And then here we go. So you're also gonna need a button. Forgot to mention that. So I'm just gonna rotate it towards us. Bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh. Alright, set the reset button to big. Rotate it towards us, and let's go to the button. That's it, drops off. Alright, so what you want to do is visible, just you don't need all this. All you need is the interaction text and the channel. So what you're gonna type in is, for example, I'm gonna type in timed objective triggered. I'm just gonna type in that and set the interacted with transmit on. I'm just gonna set that to 1, and then you're gonna want to go to timed objective, and then you want to set this to start when receiving from. You're gonna set that. Actually, you don't need the button. I got a shortcut. I just made a mistake, so yeah, shortcut. Sorry about that. So start when receiving from, you're gonna set that to channel 1. Stop when receiving from channel 2. And when complete, transmit on channel 3. So yeah. And then you're gonna delete one of your triggers because you don't need it. And then you're gonna grab your trigger. Just copy down these settings. Trigger by player off. Time scan trigger 1. Disabled, no. And trigger when receiving from, you're not gonna have that to anything, and you're gonna go up until you see activate on game phase, set that to game start, and then set when trigger transmit on channel 2, because then it will start on game start, which we don't want. So yeah, and another thing with the timed objective, you want to stop or disable urgency mode, visible during game off, and extra large, and timer label text, round will end in boom. And then back to this, we're done with that. Now we're gonna work on these both. So class to switch to time to switch, instant. All these you don't really need. No, you're gonna set those two to no. All, no. And then you're gonna set change player to class when receiving from channel 3, when class switch transmit on channel 4. And then you're gonna go to this, activate when receiving from channel 4. And then you're gonna set score value to 1 and set this to add. So yeah, and then what you're gonna do is go to your island settings, go to game, and set total rounds to 100, and then you're gonna set score to n to 1. So this is basically a round end mechanism that you can use in your own island for a reset build button. And that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And I'll show you guys that this actually works. Now, you can set that to not visible in game. I just triggered the trigger that was not supposed to trigger. So, yeah. Spalled. By the way, guys, I forgot to tell you a setting you need to set when interacted with transmit on. You want to set that to channel 1. I completely forgot about that, but yeah. So yeah, that was the mistake I did. But now when you hit the button, it will activate the timed objective, which then will activate the class selector, which then will activate the score manager. So after the round ends, that's gonna be the end of the video, and I'm gonna do the outro. Controller player edits, by the way. So yeah, let's interact with the button. There we go. Round will end in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it will see there we go, and it will end your round for you guys. So, alright guys, that's it for today's video. I just did a shortcut because I literally did mistakes again. So yeah, by the way, I'll probably do a lot of mistakes, so I hope you guys don't mind, but I won't cut anything that you guys will miss out on. For example, like there might be some clickbait YouTubers that just cut out specific parts that will help your like thing work better, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna cut it just if I do a mistake. So yeah, and I'm not one of those clickbait YouTubers, so yeah, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and I hope you guys learned something new with the score manager right here. Let's break this. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something new about the score manager, and make sure to smash that thumbs up button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for more creative tutorials and more fun content that I'm gonna be doing in season 5 and creative. So yeah, I am a bit of a nerd with creative and these stuff, so I'm gonna be posting a lot of content on this because if I'm good with it, why don't I post? So yeah, I'll be posting videos daily from now because I really want to get in the YouTube algorithm and just grow on YouTube. So yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next one.